and welcome to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing. My name is Chris Burris, owner of eWebStyle.
I am Charles Lewis, your Internet Marketing Specialist.
Welcome back to another fun-filled edition of the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. And it's not just SEO, it's also Internet marketing and
content marketing and all of that.
All that good stuff. As always, we do have a tip from our previous podcast. And the tip from our previous podcast is use secondary key phrases to add content to your existing optimized pages.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you got pages that are ranking and those pages are getting traffic, well, then you should try to improve those pages so you can convert more visitors, get more traffic and those things. Well, how do you do that? Or what's a great way to do that? Well, see what secondary phrases that you can actually go in and re-optimize this page for. Phrases that are consistent and relevant to the same topic and the content on that page. How do you do that? Maybe check your analytics, find some secondary phrases, look at your queries report, figure out what other phrases that are similar that you're also getting some rank for. Then go in, optimize those pages for those phrases.
Makes sense?
Makes sense.
Pretty simple. Hey, remember, we are broadcasting live here from Houston, Texas, and we are your friendly local neighborhood top position snatchers. And our mantra is,
don't be a douche.
Hey, we're going to ask, well, we got a little article today. What are we talking about today?
Man, so punch in the face to Jason Demers and the good guys at Search Engine Land. He says, 6 local SEO stats every online marketer needs to know. 6 local. So we're talking local SEO today.
Excellent. And actually, they're in my blank stare. Google, what is it? Google My Business.
Yeah, they
have a little interesting quirk that will be blank staring. We already did top position snatchers. That's already done, so we can check that off. Hey, if you're in a position to have some sort of electronic device, you could tweet now. And Chuck, what should they tweet?
Us. First off, tweet hashtag SEO podcast. This is number 286. Be sure to tag us in it at Best SEO Podcast at eWebStyle. That way we can follow you back and do all of our social networking stuff.
Excellent. Hey, if this is the first time listening to the podcast, howdy, welcome to the podcast. We're going to do a little bit of potatoes.
Hi, y'all.
We'll be getting into the meat here really shortly. And because there was no plethora of people following us or liking us or whatever on the various platforms, we've had an informal contest. If more than 10 people like any one of our platforms and we get a review, then we skip
Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter.
Yeah, we're making it easy on you guys.
Yeah, so Twitter is like multiple accounts at Best SEO Podcast at eWebStyle. We're just looking for 10 followers for the week.
And then we skip this section, and this section begins with, so we'd love it if you left us a review. And we've made it really easy for you to leave reviews in multiple places. The first and foremost is G+ Local or Google My Business or whatever it's called now. I think it's Google My Business. And all you need to do is go to the following to get to our G+ Local page, and that is
e-webstyle.com/Google+.
Or /
Google+.
Or /
G+.
Or /
G+.
How can you forget the G? All of those will take you to our G+ Local page. And on our G+ Local page, we ask you to do 2 things.
Yeah, first and foremost, leave us that review. Hopefully that review is 5 stars. And after you leave that review, then put us in a circle. That way you can share some content with us. We'll share some content with you.
Excellent. Next, it's only 3 steps. Go onto iTunes, create an account, write a review. If you choose to, after you write that review, send us an email, podcast@e-webstyle.com. And we'll gladly read your review on air. On air. On air. So,
which could mean air depending on what part of the country you're in.
Exactly. Next is Facebook. If you go onto our Facebook page, facebook.com/eWebstyle, you will notice that there is like 5 stars or there's a review section or something. Click one of those in a review and hopefully
ask a question, leave a review.
Yep. And hopefully the review will be 5 stars. All right, next we've got Stitcher. Go to our Stitcher page. The easiest way to get to our Stitcher page is to first go to our website, e-webstyle.com, and then you will find a Stitcher link, not on the home page, just go to any internal page on the right sidebar, click Stitcher, and then all you have to do is click the stars and then go down, and you'll probably make it 5 stars.
And we should probably move that to the home page.
Yeah. Make it one click easier. That certainly goes along with our whole philosophy, doesn't it? All right, so there are lots of ways you can haunt us, stalk us, harass us, and we like all of those.
Yeah.
They start with facebook.com/ewebstyle, or you could use twitter.com/ewebstyle. You could also check out youtube.com/ewebstyle.
By the way, that's where you want to go if you want to go back and watch these videos. They're all youtube.com/ewebstyle from 286 from today all the way back.
Yep. All the video is there. And yeah, we do broadcast the video of this podcast live on Fridays. We don't specify a time anymore. Our target is 12:15. It is now 5:29.
Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. Central Standard Time.
Yeah,
Friday.
maybe even Friday evening.
Yeah. Yep. It's right in there. Let's see, was there anything else we did? Oh, and Instagram.com/ewebstyle. Hey, if you're a PHP expert or a WordPress guru, we're probably looking for you. Go ahead and submit an audio resume, 713-510-7846. We do have free website analysis. Just go to our website, e-webstyle.com. You will find our free website analysis. And do we have our favorite segment?
We do have a little cowgirl.
Now it's time for our favorite segment of the show, the Calgorithm Ataclysm.
Exactly. I was like, Calgo act. Hold on, that don't sound right.
Calgon, take me away.
Yeah, and so this is kind of a minor cataclysm. It's low on the Richter scale, but definitely worth mentioning. Because it's something we've kind of discussed in the past. So they just did a new patent. And so anytime they go and patent something, and it's likely to eventually become a ranking signal, and hence we'll have an algorithm, change, right?
So the whole SEO community is all a Twitter.
Exactly. Right. So they just went and Google just went and patented watch time. As a search factor, as a search ranking factor. They're patenting. Okay.
Yep.
I was like, that just don't sound right in my head, but it is
that's
right.
The bear. I think that was the bear.
Patenting.
Yeah.
So watch time, whether it's video watch time or watch time in regards to the time you're actually on a web page, as a patent for a search ranking factor. So you want to make sure that you're doing some stuff to keep people on your pages. You want to make sure that your videos actually have decent amount of content and that people aren't just bouncing and leaving them after the first few seconds. So spend some time giving your videos some good intro and embed those videos on these pages. Frankly, our pro tip we've been doing with every site is auto-playing these videos. And so that way they automatically play, which inherently increases the amount of time people spend on your site. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be watching it to see if that eventually turns into something else.
Don't autoplay audio. Autoplay video.
Great tip.
Potentially, and we're still kind of
debating
this. Potentially autoplay the video on mute, but don't play audio. Autoplay audio.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's a douche. That's definitely a douche look. All right, so you notice the tear tattoo. We won't dwell on it. We covered how you can prevent the tear tattoo. It does happen every time we don't get a review in a 7-day period, and it hurts. So
that was
starting
to peel a little bit.
Yeah, I know. It's on and off, on and off. I'm gonna have a hole in the middle of my cheek because of that. So make sure you donate to the cause, which means give us a review. Yeah. We'll get into the news. Just pretty cool. Google's announcing Alphabet as being the parent company, and then Sergey and his partner. I don't even remember. I always remember Sergey's name. I don't know.
Yeah, Sundar.
Well, Sundar's the new CEO.
The new CEO of Google.
Yeah. And then Sergey Ben and the other guy, Larry Page. Yeah, that's the one I should remember.
They're running Alphabet.
They're just going to be up on top running Alphabet and flying on jets and stuff, which is kind of cool. So interesting. Just like,
I think it's a great breakdown. I understand why they're doing it. From a financial perspective, I was looking at a lot of the other ventures that they have and how, since those ventures happen under Google's name, if those companies suck or they don't do well, then that inherently affects Google's numbers. And so by restructuring, you can put all of those, remove them from under Google, period, put them under something else. Ventures is what it's called, actually. And that way it won't affect their market share. Makes perfect sense. I like the other things. The Wing. Wing, the drone deal, the drone delivery system. It's called Wing. That's what they're working on. They got Calico, which is a company based on anti-aging. And so these are some products that are under Alphabet that once were under Google. And so
that's kind of cool.
Interesting change.
I think it was certainly newsworthy on an SEO podcast. I just thought, we're talking about cars getting hacked. regularly. So some guy has created like a $32 device that as you approach your car and your key fob is communicating with the car, it steals your code right as you're getting there, and then it can use the code to unlock the next time.
This is not surprising because the more you rely on technology, the more vulnerable you are
to technology hacks.
Technology hacks. And so
it used to be they had to have your key.
Now you just need to be close enough to your car.
By the way, I just love fobs. I'm willing to have someone occasionally steal my vehicle for the convenience of a fob.
Not using the key.
I still get to my house and I'm like, why do I have to use a key? This is ridiculous.
Fob for my house door, which would really suck.
Yeah, then they're right in the house.
And then they send your code while you're home.
Yeah. So here's the next. This is about Google's 10. They actually created a site. Upgrade. It's a get help with Windows 10 upgrade and installation errors. That's how bad this rollout has been, and it's a website created by Microsoft. I just thought that was interesting. And then one of the complaints was a guy woke up and his wife was looking at his Windows 10 device, and he's like, "Honey, why do you have all your porn images scrolling across your desktop?"
Wow.
So Google, Microsoft, if there's one thing you shouldn't mess
create
with
slideshow with private images, and display on desktop as a default feature.
Ever. Like it should be like 18 clicks. Are you sure? You could have porn in here. Are you sure?
You could quadruple verification via email, and
it kind of looks like your wife. Are you sure? It looks like you without your wife. Are you sure? Yeah, so that's all my news. So
I got a little bit of news. So I thought this was kind of cool here. Uber confirmed Monday that it picked up Microsoft's mapping assets for an undisclosed amount. TechCrunch actually reported that 100 of Microsoft Bing Map employees and engineers are going to move to Uber.
Oh, wow.
They're going to work there. The firm will also gain a data center, cameras, and some image analyzing software. That's a big up for Uber.
Yeah.
They've been making some great strides in this industry, and I like how they've been able to do business with both Google and Microsoft.
Yeah.
Consider that.
Yeah.
Google considering partnering with Uber for the sake of deliveries, right? And now they're using Microsoft's mapping system, so they won't have to rely on Google's mapping system as much. Interesting. Good job, Uber. Keep going. And my last news was went out to Twitter. So Twitter made a change as well. So now anybody who sends a direct message,
right,
DMs aren't limited to 140 characters anymore.
Oh,
now you can send the whole damn email in the DM if you want to. It's a 10,000 character limit. And so it makes sense because if we're following each other and we're DMing back and forth, I need to be able to send you a full message. I shouldn't have to move this conversation to email or to a different platform. Let me finish it here.
How am I supposed to complain about United Airlines in 255 characters? Is it 255?
Well, no, it's 140.
And 140 characters. So
well, you can't unless you're following them and sending them a direct message.
So now, right. So how am I supposed to complain? The details. Like you complain in general with 140 characters.
Yeah, details. I need to tell you.
Then when they hit us back and say, "Oh, what happened? We're so sorry. We'd like to make it right." Yeah.
Then I'm gonna say follow me.
Yeah.
So you still have to be following me in order for me to DM you.
Yep.
Follow me and then.
So I don't post this.
Look, before I'll post this here to you instead of on Yelp or on Google Plus
or on Twitter in general in 140 characters. So
I'll break this mug down into 40 tweets.
Yeah.
Just madman tweeting all caps and everything.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, you probably don't want that.
Cool. All right, is that all of the potatoes?
That's all the potatoes.
All right, time to get into the meat of the podcast. This is what 6 local SEO stats every online marketer needs to know.
Yeah, and we're talking local SEO stats. And so when I saw the headline, I was like, okay, stats. I'm a stats person. I spend a lot of time in analytics and doing those things. And so the word stats is actually the word in the whole title that caught my attention. And then local SEO stood out next. And then the fact that it said 6 means, okay, there's 6 points that we can go over with you guys. So I had to dive in first. And so punch in the face to Jason Demers and the good folks at Search Engine Land. Thought it was a great article. 6 local stats every online marketer needs to know. Number 1, he says local searches lead 50% of mobile visitors to visit stores within 1 day. Let me say that again. Local searches lead 50% of mobile visitors to visit stores within 1 day. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll probably fall into that category.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he goes on to say 50% of consumers who conducted a local search on their smartphone visited a store within 1 day, and 34% who searched on a computer or tablet did the same. This means that ranking in local search has a direct impact on in-store traffic. He's absolutely right, and this is something we've always said, that that line is blurring between offline and online conversions.
Yep.
And so people are constantly searching online about what their next physical move would be. So I'm gonna search online first, I'm gonna do my research, and then I'm gonna go look. And that goes from anything, whether you're shopping at Walmart, you wanna go see price shop before you go, or maybe you're looking for real estate and you want to look at homes before you go and look at them. You look at them online. And so people do those things. So I'll add this. Make sure that when you're doing your SEVO, your search engine visitor optimization, that you highlight the benefits of coming to your store. So maybe you do have a brick and mortar building and you're doing some SEO and people are finding you in a local search in Google, or maybe there's some local Foursquare search or some Swarm search or TripAdvisor, whatever it is. You want to make sure you highlight the benefits of coming to the store. Maybe you offer free samples. Maybe you have some celebrity appearances. Maybe you offer some coupons that they can download and bring into the store. The key is make sure you highlight that information, especially on that page that's ranking in the local search. So that way when they search and they find, you can highlight the reasons on why they should come in apparently the next day, as 1 out of 2 of them do.
Yep.
So yeah, make sure you highlight that information, the benefits on coming to the store. Number 2, he says more than 60% of consumers have used local information in the ads. I'm gonna read that again. More than 60% of consumers have used the local information in the ads. So dig this, 67% of smartphone users want their ads customized by what? City, zip code, things like that. 61% want theirs customized by their immediate surroundings.
Yeah.
That's why we see a surplus of near me type searches. Yep. Coffee shop near me, Italian restaurant near me, Mexican restaurant in this area, right? People are searching like that. 61% use the address or phone number in the ad.
Do you search like that?
So I search like that vocally.
But do you say near me?
Well, I have, but now I don't because I know
the map is going to show near me, right?
Yeah.
So
I haven't as much as I have before.
So we'll call those neophytes search like that. I need a restaurant near me. You are going to get them near you anyway. You didn't need to say near me. That's what Siri should say.
Well, I think the bigger difference is we work in search.
Yeah, so we know.
And so we look at it from a different perspective. Like I know this is going to do this.
Yeah.
That's why I don't type Houston on any of my searches, because I know I'm getting the Houston results.
So I think Siri could say, "Are you sure you want it near you and not in Paris?"
No, I was going to show you something near not you.
Not near you.
Not near you. Exactly.
And then why?
He also says 68% use the get directions or call buttons. And he's talking about in the ads. Well, what does that mean? That means if you're doing paid ads, turn on your ad extensions.
Yeah.
You should make sure depending on your CTA, right? Again, if you're trying to drive foot traffic into your store, your ad extension should be an address.
Get directions.
Get directions.
Yeah.
Phone, with the link here that you can tap, that'll open up your navigation. Or maybe you want people to call first, right? And then come, right? Then your ad extension should be call. Yep. Or maybe you have multiple locations. You're a fast food restaurant. Your ad extension should be a search by zip code, because they have all those kind of features.
Yep.
But take advantage of the ad extension, because according to the ad, 68% of people use the local information that's in the ad. We're talking about in the ad. This is not on the site. This is not on the page after they've clicked. This is in the ad. So make sure you do that. Yeah, I would also say on certain pages, you may want to put certain information in your meta description. Why? Because that's not a paid ad. That's an organic listing, which is still an ad. And you can also convert them from that place as well.
Yep. SEVO starts at SERP.
Starts at the SERP. Number 3. He says 88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. 88%. Wow. That's a lot. That's like almost 90.
Yes, yeah. That's everyone.
That's everybody. that one guy don't count. Yeah. It's like 1.2 person.
The other 12 leave crappy reviews that they don't believe in.
Exactly.
And so,
Or they blame the product when it was the delivery.
UPS guy. Yeah.
Got you. 88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. He goes on to say, so search for your business name as well as keywords you think your prospects will be searching for. See which review sites are displayed most prominently, and then get to work. So what he's saying is find your company name and do a search for it, plus your target phrase or your target service. And then whatever shows up under your company name, because your site should show up first for your company name. If it doesn't, call us. But after that, then you'll likely see Yelp, you'll likely see Google, you'll likely see BBB if you have profiles there. The key is to figure out which ones are showing. And then if you have great, reviews and a great structure there, awesome. Proceed. If those reviews suck, well, at least now you know. And now you need to put some stuff in place to fix that. Because he's absolutely right. People do trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. Frankly, I may trust the online review more than a personal recommendation, depending on who's recommending it.
Well, and there are so many cases where you literally can't get a personal recommendation.
Because they just
like
haven't
you're in
been.
the tech industry, so you may be interested in a piece of software that nobody you know is interested in.
And the only recommendation is from the cousin of the guy who made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not gonna do that. I'm gonna trust these WordPress reviews about this plugin before I install it.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm out of town. And none of my people been there.
Yeah.
I'm forced to look at these reviews and
or ask the bum on the corner who's asking for money. So,
Yeah, he may actually have a good opinion.
You'll certainly know the cheapest place to eat.
so
or the best place to get handouts.
Exactly. He may, which are probably both, ironically. But the key is people look at reviews. People look at them. Hotels, restaurants, clothing stores, retail establishments, service providers. It don't matter what type of business you're in. In this day and age, reviews are paramount to people using your business.
The only thing that I'm not looking at reviews for is something that I'm rebuying.
Exactly.
Like
I probably use the review the first time.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's on auto order or something.
Or maybe in a store. Right, so you're in a store, they get you with that instant buy, which is why you should never go to stores anymore.
Yeah, we should review them online first.
and you buy something, yeah.
Now, one of the things I'll add to this is, pursue positive reviews. And there's certain things you can do where you could, hire a company like us and we'll proactively go get them for you. Or you may want to do something that may be a little less aggressive and just include review links in your newsletter, or maybe in various certain emails, just ask for it subtly. Right, but whatever you do, you have to get your reviews up. And I've always said this, and I'm gonna stick to it. I believe that reviews are becoming equally as important as backlinks.
Yep.
And so, you want to get your reviews up.
Absolutely. Hey, just a little trick. We'll share a little bit of what our process looks like from we call it CSSR, which is Customer Service Survey and Reviews. Basically, our customers will give us a number of clients. Hopefully they've had positive experiences already. We'll call those clients of our clients and ask them 3 survey questions. If it looks like that client had a good experience, we'll ask them if they're willing to write a positive review, and then we'll send them away to do that. So and then we get their permission to follow up 7 days later. That's really important because they're not going to do it, and you're getting their permission, and then we'll follow up and see if they've done it, and then give them other guidance. Hey, can I walk you through that right now or whatever? It's a very proactive way of getting reviews, and it's just
more importantly, really just getting those survey questions. Because let's say they didn't have a great experience, and they say, no, you know what, this sucked, that sucked, and this sucked. We've just prevented a negative review, and we give that owner a good opportunity to contact that person, follow up, and fix it.
Get it straightened out.
Get it straightened out, definitely. Yeah. Number 4. He says business address location is the primary piece of information sought by local searchers. Duh. Nah. Business address and location is the primary piece of information sought by local searchers. He goes on to say it's just as important to make sure you're including key contact information everywhere in your website and your social profiles. Then he's right. At the end of the day, this is NAP.
Yeah.
His name, consistent name, address, and phone.
Consistent everywhere. Yeah.
Like everywhere, not everywhere, but everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like everywhere.
Not most places.
Everywhere. Website, Yelp, Foursquare, Google Plus, Bing Places, Yahoo Places, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, like everywhere. Yeah. The same, down to a suite, down to parentheses with your phone number.
We're talking programmer saying.
Everywhere. Yeah, we're talking hashtag verbatim.
Yeah.
Like
everywhere and exactly the same.
It's important.
Hopefully we hammered that home enough.
Yeah,
We're not doing that as a shtick. We mean everywhere exactly the same.
Number 5. Hopefully they got that.
5.
18% of local mobile searches lead to a sale within 1 day.
Wow.
Read that again.
18%?
Yeah, so
Holy
that's almost
smoke.
1 out of 5. 18% of local mobile searches. He's right. Why? Because on a mobile device for a local search, this is purchasing.
I'm on my
intent.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the car. Where do I go to get this?
Which makes sense because the previous one said 50% of those lead to an in-store purchase.
Yeah.
So exactly, anytime I'm local mobile, yes, I'm looking to make this purchase. And so he goes on to say 1 in 3 customers are likely to, 1 in 3 smartphone searches occurred immediately before a consumer visited the store, and that 15% of the in-store activity involved product or price comparison searches. So
15%. Yeah, one is I need to get there.
And then once I get there, now let me compare these things.
Yeah.
Which is still purchasing intent. I'm just getting qualifying information before I spend my money.
Making sure I'm buying it at the right spot.
At the right spot, at the right one, because now that I get here, there may be 4 or 5 different brands.
Yeah.
Right? Now I need to compare which one of these do I want to get. And so that's when
Jordan, of course.
well, yeah. But that's when your site, right, needs to, especially if you're in a competitive market and your product is placed right next to your competitors in some retail establishment, then that's when your site needs to have reviews. That's when your site needs to have great product images. That's when your site needs to have video, because once these 15% of these people are doing this comparison, they're searching, they're gonna find it. And when they find it, you want to quickly help them make that decision that they have the right product in hand. And the only way you do that is, like you said in the previous one, reviews and having images and video so people can make that decision. Last thing I want to say about that. This is a good reason why you want to add remarketing, because these people are leaving, these people are searching. And so you may not want to run a kind of standard remarketing display network, but instead you may want to run your remarketing inside the Play Store, inside YouTube videos. Why? Because these people are doing a local mobile search. And so while they may not be visiting your site all day while they're out shopping and driving and doing whatever, I guarantee you they're probably on some app, they're playing some game, they're watching some video, they're on some social network. And if you're running remarketing ads, that's when you say, oh, I did need to go by there.
I almost forgot.
I almost forgot. I need to go by there and pick up that thing that I'm going to search for when I get there. Number 6, and this is the last one. He says 50% of mobile users prefer a mobile browser to a mobile app. Interesting. 50% of mobile users prefer a mobile browser to a mobile app. I was surprised at that. I thought it would have been higher as well. Yeah. But he goes on to say, brand new research from Bright Local reveals that half of mobile users prefer using mobile internet browsers to mobile apps. And I get it, right? We've had people come to us trying to build apps, and after we kind of dissect what they're trying to do, you don't really need an app. You just need a mobile site.
Yeah, that works well.
That works well.
Optimized for the stuff you want them to do.
Yeah, that's all you really need. And what we've learned is that a lot of times, and he's right, people want the browser experience. They don't want to have to go download something and install something and then run it and then be connected to some Wi-Fi to use it. You know, sometimes they just want to be able to pull up your site and find this information I need and navigate easily and then leave. And so be cautious when in app development. Like if it can't be accomplished on your site,
what the hell are you doing?
Exactly. Like it's rare that you may actually need an app for what you're trying to do. So man, punch in the face to Jason, man. Jason Demir's 6 Local SEO Stats every online marketer needs to know. Do a great article. We'll post it on Facebook later.
By the way, we did just say you probably don't need an app while we're about to launch our app. So
yeah, but see, this app will allow you to get this video podcast a lot faster, allow you to get access to the audio, allow you to get a notification with our tip. Those are things that will be easier to do on your mobile device than it will be to do on the desktop.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, it makes sense.
Makes sense. All right. So we have blank stare.
Some blank stare news.
Yeah, you got some too.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the first blank stare.
What?
So with Google My Business, when you're looking at the map that's right next to Google My Business, there is actually no, I found a link actually today, but it's over on the left under the listing of the business for Street View. You know how it's usually on the bottom right where the little dude, you drag the little yellow dude over there and he flips and flops and then he lands there and you see Street View. You got to press a separate button. It's in a different place and it opens a different browser.
Window. Yeah,
I think that's like